You don't know the power of the dark side.
Greetings everyone, Wolf here, back with another episode of Bedrock Minecraft. And here we are over at where the spawner section is. If you've seen the series, you know I actually found a skeleton spawner and a zombie spawner next to each other. And I built a mob farm / XP farm out of it. And I've been setting the stuff up here to a temporary platform for right now. And you might have seen it in the distance. And it's time to finally get a storage sorting system put in place. Let's take a quick look down. So this is how we get down now. Drop chute with the water elevator. Small little room here. Right now I got them turned off so I can do the work on it. And then this is where they fall down to where I have them set up. And I can either have it auto kill or close the switches here, which lowers their damage. Then I just hit them once and they're dead. So simple. Old school XP type farm. Water elevator going back up top. All the way up to level 100. I believe it's level 100. Because I'm up in the mountain area. Yeah, level 100. Alright, so the thing I have to keep in mind is this is centered with the room down below. The only thing is the water elevator I have come up is actually offset by one block. Ain't no big deal. Just means the room won't really be technically symmetrical, which is fine. So let me get this area cleaned up and prepped, and then we'll start working on getting the room set up. Alright everybody, I got the platform all cleared off here. Let's get going on this. Alright, now I'm going to have to carry the chute upwards. And then I'll design the chest around that. So what I was thinking of doing is trying something like this. Now down below I was using the wood texture, so I was thought about maybe carrying it up here and then using some of these bone blocks, since it is a skeleton spawner, and trying it like that, just to give us an idea of where we can continue with the chute going upwards. So let's just get a basin for that. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that. And then we'll go from there. Good. Next, I got to get the chest in place. Alright, so we're going to have... I'm going to need some more flooring here for now. So let's get out a couple more layers of flooring here. Okay. Alright, so we're going to have a chest for... arrows, bones, and zombie flesh. And with the new update, you're going to probably be using the zombie flesh if you want to keep some of your trades open. Maybe, maybe not. Depends. So that means it gives us 3 chests on the sideline here. Okay. And then we're going to want to collect all the other junk. Now, I could also do a double chest, and a double chest and wrap it around. Or I could simply just do singles. And it's not like this produces a lot of arrows, bones, and zombie flesh to begin with. What it really produces is a lot of the other stuff, mostly bows. Eventually I'm just going to be tossing those out. I've got a bunch I'm collecting so that I can make some redstone components, mostly the dispensers and stuff. So I'd have to come over on this side of things and put down another section here. Zombie died there below. And then if I did another chest like here, right, then that would mean we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's an even number? Weird. Alright, so then if I came here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now that presents an interesting. So I need to actually go one more chest over on that side. Unless I switch it and make this side the arrows, the bones, the zombie flesh. Right? 1, 2, So if I'm here, there's the center, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the center, 1, 2, 3. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, and on some more platform, temporary platform material here. Can't use the trident. And put that there. Now that gives me. Okay, so the center column again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then one more right. And that means I definitely make sure we have all the junk collected, which is actually the predominant part of this. Good. Okay. So then what I want to do, I'll demonstrate on one. Let's give me those. Give me that for now. And I want to come back here and build a little more over here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is, now, you can actually stack this so that there's like a wall of chests here that you can access any one of them you want. I like doing this design, which I'll put a single chest down here, and I'll put something here that covers them, like an upside down stair or something like that. And all I see is one single thing, and the rest are all stacked behind here. I mean, I can actually, put it here and here, or if I want to do something else, what I usually do is I do something like this. Alright, and then come up and then stack here. Come back out this way. Again, so I guess it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6. Okay. And then now we look for the water stream. And then what I do is I'm going to repeat this pattern. Get back up there so you can see a little bit better. Repeat this pattern here on all the rest of these chests. So let me get those all into place and get this shoe so it goes all the way up top, okay? We'll be right back. All the chests are now in place, as well as the hoppers. This project so far has used up approximately 3 stacks of iron, just so you guys know what this is going to cost you. Alright, let's get the sorting system into place here. So, let's get up here. And the area I'm going to sort is these 3 right here. This is going to be all a collection of this, like the standard, anything else that's other than what I don't want to sort. Alright, so let's get the initial hoppers that will begin the sorting system. So we're going to place in 3 hoppers here, like so. And then off the back of this is where we're going to start our sorting system. So we're going to place 1 block on each of these hoppers, a second layer, and then a 3rd layer of blocks like so. Alright, then we're going to go underneath. Now, here's a little side note for scaffolding. I am on top of this chest here, which is actually a little lower than the full block, right? So, since I enter the scaffolding on this level, watch what happens. I automatically fall down to the one below it because my footing still stays at the level wherever this chest is. So keep that in mind when you're working with your scaffolding and lower blocks like that. Let's get out here a little bit so you see a little bit better. See how the hitbox is slightly lower than the hopper? Alright, guys? Alright, so let's get this. Now, what we're going to do is take a second layer in the middle, like so. And I am going to need some more flooring. Come on out. Normally I would use the polished granite for placing my redstone on top of. I'm going to probably be using that a lot more in my builds. And let's get some dirt back because we're going to need to put that there. Leave that hole here. And this is going to be where the tricky part is. I'm going to have to take one of these out. Okay. So the shape you should have is this right here. That looks like this. Alright. And then underneath, you're going to take 3 redstone torches and place it on that second row of blocks you did. And what it's going to do is it's going to power the block that's above it, which is going to lock out the hopper that it's adjacent to. Get back up top here and get the rest of this built up here. That middle section is going to be the tricky part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break out this block for right now. I'm going to take 3 repeaters and place it so that they face towards where I'm sorting to. Alright, so it's going to face in this direction and place it on all 3. That repeater is pointing into the block that the redstone torches are on top of. Alright, let's put that block back into place and get the comparators out. Now, to sort this, we have to use comparators to check for the items coming in. Alright, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare a hopper and what's in the hopper for a signal strength. That signal strength will determine whether or not the item drops in or does not drop in. If it collects, I'll show you when we actually get to that part, but if it collects, it'll pull it out and go from there. So you put redstone dust from the comparator 3 spots down. And the way the comparator signal works is it's not strong enough that it will affect these other ones, so it screws up the sorting. So this combination together like this is fine. Alright. And then from here we're going to take 3 more hoppers and I'm going to point them into the comparators. You can actually point them out this way if you want. I like to do it so I know that I'm working with, that's the hopper that I know has to have the sorting items inside of it. Okay. And then what we're going to do from there is whoa. That would be the sorted items. And then what we're going to do from there is I got to get the flow streams in and then get those hoppers into place. Alright, so I have to go and get the items I use to block out the sorting and everything like that, and then get the items that have to be sorted. So let me get the night out and we'll be back with that part of it. Okay, now what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to place in the items that need to be sorted. And how you do this is you need a stack of something and then something else to put in, because hoppers have all these slots. And the item you want to sort is you're going to go in the first one, and then you're going to have something separate in these other ones as single blocks. So what I normally do is I'll take a stack of something and I'll rename it so that the essentially the MBT is changed. Even if I drop cobblestone in here, they will not stack because it doesn't match the naming process here. Alright, so the first one I'm going to put in here will be the arrows. So you have to kind of somewhat do this quickly because I'll start pulling it out as soon as I put it in there. Okay, see as it comes out. So I'm going to take my rock and roll, put it in here, and it's going to be 1 in each slot just like this, and this will go down to 41. And then it'll stop. Okay, we're going to do the same thing for each one of these. And I always watch to make sure that it goes down to 41 and stops, so this way I didn't screw it up, and then stops. And last one, the flesh. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't keep that, but with the changes coming, I'm kind of trying to preset things a little bit. There we go. And then the extra is going to be down inside these chests. So yeah, see, each one will have 22 of each item. I'm going to pull them out because this way I know the system is working. Okay. So then what's going to happen is this water chute is going to come up and has to come out and around to this section here. Alright. So what I'm going to do then is create, give me that. I made the packed ice from our ice tray farm from over there. And I'm going to bring it up and around. So that here, because the water's going to go up here, and then I'm going to have a water chute bring this around. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So probably what I shall do is, as I will have the water chute come here, put a sign here, put another water flow so it comes from here, because you want a solid water flow going across these hoppers. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to bring the water flow back around. Okay, come up around. Now, since I can't cut off that redstone, because I have to go one more block out. Okay, now I'm going to want it to go across all of this here. I can bring it all the way coming around just like that, or since I'm only going to really have essentially one hopper going into this whole chain system here, so I can bring it to this one. And bring it up and around. So just like so. Alright, so let me get the walls and stuff into place, get that brought up here, and I'll show you the water flow shortly. And here we are with everything now technically in place. And what I did is I framed the packed ice with just a block that I chose. And the signs I did. Alright, so we got here, this is where the bubble column will come up. And it will make sure you always have this covered, by the way. And considering the height that I'm at, I have to make sure it's covered because it freezes at this height. And it'll shoot out the item, and this water flow will create the flowing path, of course, across the packed ice, which will help make it slippery. The sign will not affect it. And the reason I'm not using a half slab anymore is because that is a possibility that an item or items will get stuck on half slabs. So you either use a sign or a fence gate, all right, which has a once the gate is open or a sign, it's a passable item, and nothing will get stuck on it. And then at the first corner, I have a water source so that it flows out and that goes across those 3 hoppers, comes over to the first turn and bends it, okay. And I brought the sign back 1 here because actually the water flow would stop here, so I can get my next water flow, which goes next to it, and continues and brings it around the second bend. Do the same thing here. I dropped 1 back because I want to make sure I get a water flow so it hits the corner and bounces it over this way to the final hopper chain, which is over here. Brings everything that doesn't fit into this hopper. And what this system does is it'll go into the first hopper here, and if there's a hopper underneath it, whatever goes into this hopper, it'll pull it out and feed it into this chest hopper system chain. And if this one fills up, it'll send it to the next one, until it finally gets to the end one where it finally fills up, and that's the end of it. Okay. Now there is a way that you could actually turn this into a circle. And basically all you do is you take out this block here and turn this so that it goes all the way around, and everything keeps flowing and flowing and flowing. Probably just made you dizzy there. Until some hopper picks up whatever it is you want to pick up. To do that, though, you're going to want to bring this chute right here up 1 layer so that the items come out and then drop into this circle chain here. Alright, so there's 2 ways of setting this section up here. It really depends on how you want to do it. Alright, guys? Alright, so I'm going to cover the rest of this with half slabs, and then I'm going to build the room. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, real quick, guys, before I actually get to work here, I was going to show you how this all works. So I'm going to take these items. Okay. Goes in. Disappears. Goes in. Disappears. Goes in. Disappears. Goes in. Goes around. Disappears. Alright, so that's 1 item of each. So now you can take that, 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 that. Okay, so you can see how this works. Alright, the first one is going to have our stone slabs, arrows, bones, rotten flesh, 22 of each. Alright? Alright. Alright, everybody, the build is now completed. Here's our long shot from one of the ends. Alright, let's take a look at what we got here. Let's look at the inside first before we go and take a look around the outside. Okay, so this is our inside. Now, I didn't want to go with a complete total room, so that's why I kind of went with this, where the pathway continues actually right through it and splits it, so that the elevator down and up is on one side, and of course the storage area is on the other side. So you have this open air, like, throughway with the room design. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Here's what we went with for the elevator down and up. Kept it nice and simple, really. I didn't really get too complicated with it. Alright. And this is the storage area. So we'll come in, start working with some of the newer stuff that we have available, like the lanterns and stuff like that. Old school flower pipe pot, tree, and of course our various items that we're going to be collecting and stuff like that. And it's not actually centered. So for those of you looking for an asymmetrical build, here you go. Okay, let's get over here. Look at some of the detail work on the outside. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at what we can do on the outside. Now, you've seen all the work on the inside. There's really nothing different, really, that's changed on the inside. And I put that there. Let's get down here now. This was put on top of a mountain, so it had varying angles and stuff like that. This design was a little bit hard to tackle to get it just looking right. I divided the build in two halves. I had the upper half, which is where all the sorting system is stored, and then a lower half, which is nothing more than an empty shell. Okay, so I went with a simple design with little protrusions to give it that architectural type look to it. And it's really nothing more than oak wood and brick, pretty much all the way up. Now going down, I took a note out of, once again, that initial tower that I started over there, just to give a little extra character to the changing colors. And this combination actually turns out to be a really good, interesting combo. Close up, you can see that they're pretty much even, but at a slight distance, if you look, it almost looks like there's a little bit depth to this middle block versus these half slabs put together, even though they actually come from the same brick. But the way the block is outlined, it almost looks like there's a little bit of indentation into the block. So it kind of adds a little extra character to it. And of course, since the corner pieces were, this kind of sticks out a little bit more than normal, but that's, you know what, it's fine. It adds a little extra character to it. Of course, here's the uneven ground and stuff like that. And then we get down here where it really goes far down. And this is where it really kind of got tricky. And I really didn't want to create too much extra stuff, so I just kept it the same way, going all the way straight down. You know, it is what it is. But, you know, it still doesn't look too bad. Okay. And then get over to where the actual elevators are located, which is on this side of things. Here's the walkway. So I've carried over some of the support work that I've been doing. Okay, and then that's actually the tubes, or that's one of them right there. All right. Okay. Ooh, and they filled in. Can I make it? Probably not. Yeah, no, I did. And of course, some more to work underneath here. Believe it or not, that right there marks the skeleton spawner, where it's located underground. Let's get back up here real quick. And now, one of my Achilles heels is roofs. I always have to kind of push myself because roofs, they don't always look right to me. So I just went with this design because I'm mismatching sizes and stuff like that. And, it goes up a little bit, flattens out a little, goes back up, and then flattens back out again. And that helped to cover all of the material that is there. Let's get over here again. And then what I did is kind of interwove it a little bit in with the brickwork that I was doing. I don't think it really came out too bad, especially from a distance and stuff. So that's pretty much about it. This build is now completed and done, and I need to go repair my tools, as you can see. Alright guys, as always, thank you for watching, thank you for supporting. Y'all take care now. Bye.